Hey Capricorn, welcome to your bonus reading for the month of April 2025. This is just my way of saying thank you because you were one of the top 3 signs that engaged with my readings at the beginning of the month, including on TikTok and Instagram. So thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. We are going to be doing a love reading and a general message for you guys today. And I apologize in advance. There's a lot of construction happening in my complex right now. There's no way really for me to work around it unless I only record on the weekends. And frankly, like, who has time for that? So again, I do apologize in advance, but we're going to go ahead and just make it work. And hopefully this little microphone right here will pick me up more than it will what's going on out there. But let's go ahead and get started in the love department and see what messages Spirit has for you. Spiritual team, love oracles, what messages do you have for the Capricorn collective? What messages do you have for the Capricorn collective regarding love? What messages do you have for the Capricorn collective regarding love? All right, we have Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Always be the first lady. Marry for love, for money, but most of all, companionship. Don't just take the picture, enter it. Okay. The first lady herself. Legend, icon. Bottom of the deck, we have Zelda Fitzgerald. You'll only be bored if you are boring. Life always needs a little drama and lots of dancing. Think only of today. Why worry about tomorrow? All right. A little bit of different energy. Capricorn, I feel like this kind of actually fits you very, very well. On the surface, like when it comes to handling business or like your public image, you want people to see you as Jacqueline Onassis or as a JFK, which I believe was her husband. Forgive me. Presidents is not my forte. Okay. But obviously, as a Capricorn, I feel like you guys put on this air of like being about your business, being about your work. And so this kind of put together, very like first lady-esque is something either you may look for in a partner or something you present to the world, but underneath, behind closed doors in your personal life, you would like a little bit of wild freedom, a little bit more carefree, a little less like inhibited, and all of that. So you like someone who can give you a little bit of both. Okay. A lady in the streets, freak in the sheets kind of a thing is what I'm getting. Now again, this could either be representative of you or someone that you're interested in dating currently, so on and so forth, or maybe someone that you're looking for. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Tarot the Divine. What messages do you have for the Capricorn collective regarding love? What messages do you have for the Capricorn collective regarding love? Let's take a look. Oh my God, the noises. I am so sorry, you guys. It's a big old truck. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Can you tell? All right, we have the Page of Wands reversed, Temperance in reverse, the Empress in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot. Oh my God. What is happening? Capricorns. Who are you dating? First of all, this person is out of control. This person is out of control. Either this is you or this is reflective of a relationship or someone you're dating. Okay, just keep that in mind. It could be any of those three. But to have the Page of Wands in reverse next to Temperance in reverse next to the Empress in reverse just tells me like this person has, I mean, zero inhibitions. Zero fucks to give. This person is a hot mess, in my personal opinion. The Page of Wands in reverse is like childish, the most childish of the reversed pages I can personally think of. Like this person just is unhinged. Unhinged. Some people say, oh, maybe they're just passionate. No, this person is unhinged. They couldn't keep a thought to themselves if they tried. And impulsivity, besties. The most impulsive, most reactive person ever. Like just so immature. in this reversed position. And then to have Temperance in the reverse as well. Sorry, I know there's a little bit of glare. But having Temperance in reverse as well. This person likes to party. This person doesn't know what self-discipline is. Okay. The Empress in reverse, like, I feel like this person is a taker. This person is a taker because the Empress usually talks about like an energy of um like creation. So usually like Empress gives mom energy, like mother energy, because you know the womb is able to create life, literally. Um, so to have it in the reverse, it's almost like this person is very destructive, either to themselves or to other people around them, and they just take without really giving anything back, without creating for themselves. So it's almost like this person is, I don't know. I don't dig it though. I'm just going to tell you right now, Capricorns, I'm really not digging this. Hopefully, this is someone that you've left behind in the past because that's kind of what I'm getting for a lot of you. If you haven't left this person behind in the past yet, you're gonna with these two right here. Five of Cups in reverse. I feel like a lot of you guys went through a lot of ups and downs with this person, a lot of emotional turmoil and like just pain and suffering with this person. And you guys are going to move on. Bye, see ya. Can't do this anymore. Holy cow. Capricorns. Let's get into the bottom of the deck and see what else comes up because this is a lot for me right now. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Wands reversed. We have Strength. Knight of Wands reversed. Ooh. Page of Coins and the Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, you guys had to really figure out like what your priorities were and if this relationship was aligning with those priorities. Was it fun? Sure. When it was good, it was good. When it was fun, it was fun. But when it wasn't, it wasn't. You can't build a future with this person. You couldn't build a future with this person if you wanted to. It took a lot of patience for you to kind of learn the lesson that you needed to with this person. Again, I'm so sorry for all the glare here, but the Strength card tells me is like you stuck it out as long as you could. Like you really gave this person a chance. So you could have been with this person for months, maybe even like more than a year, maybe a couple of years, but like, ooh, the patience that you guys had for this is crazy. I couldn't do it. But what I'm also kind of feeling is that this person may have presented themselves as a Jackie and ended up being this Zelda, which is why like this may have bamboozled you. Some of you guys may have been like, oh, you know what? I see the potential in them, but maybe they gave you like some really good lines about like, oh yeah, like this is what I want. This is what I like. I'm really serious about X, Y, and Z in my life. And then turns out they're full of shit. They just want to fucking party and do not a goddamn thing. I mean, this. Here we go again with this Knight of Wands in reverse. Like the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands is like this person was a problematic child and now they're a problematic adult. They never grew up. They never learned how to balance their emotions. They never learned self-discipline. They never learned any of the lessons from their childhood or adolescent or even young adulthood. And now they're in their late 20s, early 30s, carrying on, starting fights in the bars, just being like overall generally reckless, not only with themselves, with other people around them. I'm sure your friends don't really like this person. I'm sure if you asked your friends right now what they thought about this person, if this is resonating for you, if you go and ask a friend of yours right now what they think of this person, they're gonna be like, yeah, like, I don't know what you see in them. I don't know what you saw in them. But it was a hot mess from the beginning. So Capricorns, what I am seeing here with this Page of Coins is like you really had to sit down and think about like, what do I want? Is this the kind of relationship I want? Am I going to sit here and wait for this person? Or do I really have to sit here and make a decision for myself, for the betterment of myself and my future? Because clearly this isn't doing it. I'm so sorry. Capricorns. I even did a reading for you yesterday. I didn't feel good about it. So I redid it today for you guys because I was like, the message wasn't coming through strong enough. I kept stumbling over like the simplest of explanations, and I felt bad. I felt like it was a bad reading. I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I do it again, it'll be maybe I'll catch a different message, a different vibe. Because like I'm picking up vibes from the universe. Like whatever comes out in the cards is whatever is the strongest message that needs to be told at the time. So for some of you, this is like a recurring thing. This is like across a few different Capricorns. It's not just one. Some of y'all are going through this all the same time. Not everybody. This isn't every Capricorn's message, but I'm just saying. Also, Mars retrograde. Whenever I see a knight in reverse, like if I see the Knight of Swords in reverse, I think of Mercury retrograde for some reason. If I see the Knight of Wands in reverse, I think of Mars retrograde. We literally went through 3 retrogrades this year, and we've just started the new year. We had Mars retrograde, then we had Venus retrograde, and then we had Mercury retrograde. So I feel like these retrogrades really showed you who this person was, like really opened your eyes to who this person is. So if you didn't take those red flags and like take notes over the last couple of months, y'all are going to be stuck in this cycle for a good minute. But I feel like a lot of you guys, your eyes were opened and you're realizing, yeah, I really can't do this. Even for those of you, because this came up in the reading I did yesterday for you guys too, but if you guys are in a good place now with this person and this person is like trying to be more of this person again, or at least present themselves as that person, they're not going to be able to hold up that facade for very much longer. And you're going to be in the same situation in the next couple of weeks, months, whatever, having the exact same conversation with yourself or with them, saying, this isn't working out. This isn't what I want in a relationship. This isn't the kind of relationship I want to be in. This is not the kind of person I want in my life. So if it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, you're probably going to have to revisit this again in a couple of months. That's what I'm getting here. Oh, Capricorns, I'm so sorry. I really did want a better reading for you guys. But yeah, love right now, I think, for some of you, is just, it's not the right person, I feel, for what it is that you guys want out of life. They're just, it's not a good look. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and close out the love reading, reset my table, and get into your general message. So I'll see you there in a second. All right, Capricorns, let's get into your general message. I'm hoping it's good. Okay. Spiritual team, Untamed Elemental, what messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective at this time? I was just about to say, I feel like the construction quieted down a little bit, and then it just picked right back up. It's like, hopefully that's a good sign that the chaos and the noise is just in the love department. But let's see. All right, so first card we have is Spider. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Thunderbolts. Okay. I'm going to read from the guidebook on these because I don't have them memorized. This is a fairly new deck for me. So let me get in here and see what these cards are talking about. Okay. Spider teaches a primal truth about the willingness to trust that the tools you have within will awaken your untapped capabilities. It is not only safe to live from your inspiration, it is advisable. When you weave your world out of passion rather than obligation, your authentic creativity and purpose are unleashed. You become a lightning rod for grace. Take a page from Spider's book and trust your passion and artistry as a portal for your prosperity. I love that. Using your natural, God-given, universe-given, whatever gifts as a means to being financially secure, physically secure in this world is wonderful. I love that. Take whatever it is that you're passionate about and find ways to make that your life's work if you can, if you are able to. I think this year and next year, I feel like more and more people are going to be leaning more towards careers or streams of income that are related to our passions and things like that. I feel like this is a message I've been hearing for the last few months, just based on the astrology of the next couple of years and what other astrologers are saying. Like this year, or the next couple of years, we're going to see a big shift in terms of like what type of work is valuable. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read Thunderbolts and see what that one has to say. All right, Thunderbolt does not hold back in his fervent proclamations, telling you that the difficulty is not in the issue itself, but rather in how you currently choose to see things. Ignorance is at the root of all suffering and arises from misperception about the nature of existence. This noxious obstacle to freedom can be overcome with little effort once you cease clinging to limiting and damaging ideas. Call upon Thunderbolt to grace your perceptions with his sonic shockwave. Ask him to transform your perspective into a freshly seen, world-churned, mind-blown experience that elevates all of your relationships. Okay, so perspective, right? I feel like some of you may feel like it would be impossible to achieve the dreams you have. And I think Spirit wants you to start working on shifting that mindset and the way that you perceive success, A, and B, what is possible and what isn't in this life, in this world. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be easy by any means. Here I am, a tarot reader on the internet. I can tell you, it's not easy making a living out of what you love to do, what you have a passion for. But I think Spirit is urging you to really start considering what is possible and challenging yourself to think about what is actually possible. Because I think they have a big plan for you outside of what it is that you're currently doing or what you think your current financial situation can bring you. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what pops up. Spiritual team, African Tarot, what messages do you have for the Capricorn collective? What messages do you have for the Capricorn collective at this time? I would love to take those, but that's not what we're doing today. I did see the Nine of Swords pop up though, Capricorn, so a lot of you guys feel like this is an anxiety-inducing thing. All right, let's see what we have. Judgment in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles reverse, the Knight of Swords. Something got stuck to another card. Hold on. Okay, Ace of Cups and the Lovers. Ooh, you have a decision to make soon. Yeah, so Judgment in reverse next to the Knight of Pentacles reverse, it feels like whatever you're doing currently is not going to get you where you want to be in terms of like financial success or physical security. It feels like you're very limited, almost like a glass ceiling sort of situation. Like you can only go so far with what it is that you're doing. You can only make so much money doing what it is that you're doing. It's not to say like, you know, you're going to be down and out and poor. I just feel like some of you guys have dreams of making a certain lifestyle for yourselves, and Spirit is saying like you can't have that lifestyle if you continue doing what it is that you're currently doing. Does that make sense? Also, I feel like a lot of you guys are very stubborn. Knowing as many Capricorns as I have in my life, yes, you guys can be absolutely fucking stubborn, but you guys also have the ability to pivot when necessary. And I feel like Spirit is trying to urge you or just give you a little nudge and be like, hey, you're being a little stubborn about this. It's time to switch it up. Okay. And I feel like you guys are going to get some messages or signs, a little bit of like nudge, nudge, wink, wink from the universe here pretty soon with this Ace of Cups next to the Knight of Swords. This could be like an offer or a conversation you have with somebody. It's like they just drop like a little nugget of wisdom and like blink and you'll miss it kind of a thing. Or like if you're really not paying attention, like you could miss it. that was like a sign from the universe of like, hey, maybe a different way of thinking or a different way of approaching things, or have you looked into this, or have you heard of this kind of a thing. Which kind of sets you out on a journey, or sets you off on a journey of making a huge decision. What do? Are you going to decide to stay at a job that pays you fine, keeps you floating, keeps you afloat? Or are you going to chase this potential dream, this potential idea that could make you infinitely more? Options, options, options. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Now, a lot of people think the Lovers card is about love. No, the Lovers can actually be a card about choosing between two things that you love. Choosing the physical security that we already are familiar with, keeps us in our comfort zone. We know that paycheck is coming every 2 weeks or every 1st and 15th, whatever. Or are we going to try entrepreneurship, which could bring us unlimited amount of money, but it's a little scary because we don't know when that first paycheck is going to come. We don't know when that first invoice is going to get paid. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be faced with a decision. I want to pull from the bottom of the deck and see what else comes up before I say anything else, but I have a feeling I know what Spirit is trying to tell you. Ace of Wands is the first card that comes up. Take action. This is a time to take inspired action. We also have the Three of Wands reversed. We have the Sun in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And we have Justice all at the bottom of the deck. So right off the bat, Three of Wands reverse next to the Ace of Wands is telling me, like, it's time to move. It's time to make a move. Because sitting around waiting for someone to hand you $1 million when you work like a middle management position is not, I'm sorry, babes, it's just not going to happen. So if you want that $1 million, you got to stop waiting for someone to give it to you, and you got to go get it yourself, unfortunately. And that's the scariest part, right? But I really feel like the biggest motivating factor for you guys is just how unhappy you are with your current situation. I feel like you want more with the Sun card in reverse. So being unhappy, or being unhappy with the state of how you make your money, or whatever the case is, your security, is not really secure. It's not really security. You have a secure job, but that job doesn't provide you the security that you want. Does that make sense? I feel like, how does that make sense, Laura? For me, it's like someone pays you just enough to keep you afloat, but you're not living, you're not thriving, you're surviving on a paycheck that maybe isn't really covering all of the bills. Does that make sense? Or just barely covers your basic necessities. You're not enjoying life. You're not taking vacations. You're not able to do things for your family that you want to do, like fun stuff, not just the necessity stuff like groceries and rent and all that. But it just feels like you want so much more than where you're at right now. And there's a growing unhappiness within you guys, is what I'm generally feeling here. And I feel like that is the catalyst for you making the decision. Well, you know what? If this is all this job is going to offer me, then fuck it. I'm going to try something else that could potentially offer me something way more. Even if it doesn't work out in the next year, even if I fail and flop on my ass, I know I can always get another job. I know I can always get another job. But I want to at least try doing something that A, makes me happy, and B, has the potential to give me more money than just working a 9 to 5. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. Okay. Yeah, in a way, I don't know why this Justice card is here. Whenever I see a Justice card in a pull like this, it's always interesting because are we trying to balance things out? What are we trying to balance out? I don't sense a need for karma or justice in the traditional sense of what this card means, but having justice underneath the Lover's card is like, making a decision that's going to balance out your dreams for yourself, your desires for yourself, what it is that you actually deserve in this life. Because I can sit here and argue that like humans were not meant to live the way that we live. We were not meant to pay to exist, to live on land owned by nobody. Because honestly, the people that own the land I'm living on right now, like, they're gonna die. Sure, the institution of the country I live in will be there forever, but like, why do I have to pay taxes just to fucking exist? There were millions of societies, well, I don't know about millions, but lots of societies that like didn't fucking pay taxes. You can contribute to society without having to pay taxes. Don't get me started on this subject because I will go down the rabbit hole. But anyways, that's generally what I'm feeding. It's like almost an ancestral like urge of like, fuck the system. Like, why am I relying on a system that literally gives me the bare minimum? Why am I playing by the rules if the rules don't give a shit about me? Kind of a thing. That makes sense. Anyhow, that's what I'm seeing for you guys here. Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice, Capricorns, go with your gut and take inspired action. Like, I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. I will never tell you guys to do that. But if it makes sense for you and you feel like you would be able to survive, say you have enough in your savings to like make it by for a couple of months to a year and you want to try something, then that is fully your decision to make if you feel comfortable making that decision. For those of you where you maybe don't feel comfortable in terms of taking a huge leap of faith, like, try taking small steps towards it. Get a part-time job that covers just enough. So that way you can pursue your dream on the side. Like, there's different ways of getting what it is that you want out of life. You just gotta play around and get creative, which can also be the Ace of Wands for me, is a little bit of creativity can go a long way, right? You just may have to sacrifice some things, maybe a certain lifestyle you're gonna have to sacrifice for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, just something to think about. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pull from a couple of oracle decks to close out the reading and just get you some final messages. Spiritual team, Moonology Manifestation Oracle, what messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective? What additional messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective at this time? Let's see. What do we have? New Moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. Spirit really wants you to try this. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. New Moon in Libra, know that you are loved. Okay, know that you are loved, cared for, supported by the universe, not only by the universe and by spirit guides or anything that may be perceived as non-human, but also you have ancestors on the other side that love you and want to see you do well. And they're looking out for you too. And bottom of the deck, we have last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Yeah, work through those feelings. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling irritable and you don't understand why, like, I can guarantee you if you do a little reflection and deep dives into your emotions and your psyche, you're going to figure out exactly what it is that you're frustrated about. And it's probably having to do with something like this, like your frustration with not being able to have the life that you want, even though you follow the rules or do things the right way. Does that make sense? All right. Final deck of the reading. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective? What final messages do you have for the Capricorn Collective at this time? All right, we have turquoise, prioritize your health. Okay, so for some of you, you may even be seeing signs of stress showing up in like your health, which is Queen of Pentacles in reverse as well. Yeah, some of you guys your health literally may be suffering because you're stressed and irritated and frustrated and just generally unhappy with where you guys are, yes, unhappiness can show up in our health. 100%. The body stores trauma, anger, any type of emotion, it gets stored in the body. 100%. So yeah, your health could be, not be so hot right now, due to the emotional state that you're in, or just generally the state of living that you are in. Yeah, the state of living. Let that sink in. All right, next we have red jasper. Take action. I really wish I was making this up. I really wish I was making this up. Take action. Take inspired action. Didn't I just say that? I love it. Finally, bottom of the deck, we have citrine. Bring in the light. Yeah. And for me, that's like also citrine is really good for creativity and for like money work, financial work. So being creative in terms of like changing up your life in big ways, opening up the possibilities, opening up the curtains, letting the light into the possibilities of like what's different, how you can change your life, and really taking a look at your life now, how you're living, and like asking yourself if that truly makes you happy. Oh my gosh, what a deep, deep reading, Capricorns. Wow. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading, if you resonated with it. Maybe share this with another Capricorn if you think they would resonate with it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. You can find my handles below in the description box. Thank you guys again just so much for watching and supporting. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys stay safe, healthy, and blessed until I see you next time. And I do hope to see you at the next reading. Bye.